this very well dealing with CEOs. CEOs are usually business people or creative people. You know, they're usually one of the two. It's very, very rare to find one that's both. Rory was obviously very good with business, but it sounds like he was also one of these rare guys that was very good with creative.
Do you have any idea how deep the roster was? Because we know through history, looking at old cards, that the card were, 8 to 10 guys, sometimes even 6 guys on a card. Do you know how big a roster was like for a Paducah group?
Yeah, back in the 30s, I mean, Roy probably was employing maybe 40 guys.
Wow. Wrestlers, 40 wrestlers.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
big territory. Well,
Like
Roy was obviously a very good businessman. But was he also a very creative guy? I mean, the Green Shadow was obviously one of the best characters created, one of the great heels, great creation. Did Roy have a booker, or did he do all this himself?
Well, he had guys who helped him, obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure Pat had input into the Green Shadow as well, as Roy. I mean, he had his trusted, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 guys around him that were constantly helping. But most of that stuff from 1935 to 1937 through the 40s and into the 50s was pretty much him.
Because
was Herb involved in that? I'm sorry, Don.
I'm sorry. One more question.
Okay, go.
And because Tony, you know this very well dealing with CEOs. CEOs are usually business people or creative people. They're usually one of the two. It's very, very rare to find one that's both. Rory was obviously very good with business, but it sounds like he was also one of these rare guys that was very good with creative. Would you agree with that, Tony?
Yeah, I think he was. But just like all creative people, you got a shelf life. And so I'm sure as time went on, and I think most of the Welch brothers were this way, they were much more interested in promoting than they were in the creative.
Right.
Like they were all the brothers started gravitating as the territory grows. They start going out and seeing where not only can they work the matches, but they can run the town and make the money by being the person who runs the town. And so as their career goes on, they get much more into promoting than they do, and they get guys to come in and help with the booking. I mean, they're like you say, Roy was a great businessman, so he knew how to leverage his resources.
Yeah, and Jerry, I'm sorry, I cut you off about the question you had about Herb.
I was just was Herb when Roy was doing all this? Was Herb? Could he have been the booker, or was he just along with?
I mean, based on what I know about him or what I've been able to dig up, Herb again was much more interested in the business side, so he started training guys. And he started, later on, as his career starts winding down in the 60s, he starts promoting towns like Blytheville and Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and towns like that, rather than being much involved in the storylines or the creative. He was much more interested in getting guys, bringing them and breaking them into the business and running towns.